again, you've been messing up on these loans. I've explained to you carefully about how to do it. Why are you consistently screwing up the loan documents?
Okay. Maybe, why don't you be me for a moment, and I'll be you.
Okay.
Okay. And what would you do if you're in my shoes now?
I think we would have to talk about it. I know we could come to a solution.
Just do a role reversal. Exactly. Because there again, you're not only shifting them out of themselves, she might have an understanding. Now, okay, I understand how you feel. Now, put yourself in my shoes, with some of the decisions I have to make with loans. And as you see things through my perspective, my vision, where I'm coming from and making some of these decisions, what do you think would be best? You're breaking down the barriers. We're developing a sense of oneness. She's seeing things as I might. There's empathy. And the other thing is that you're really doing some good brainstorming. It's taking the load completely off yourself or whoever is the person that's feeling responsible. And it's like saying, hey, this is a we issue again. What is your input? Interestingly enough, I'll do this a lot with teenagers, and they'll be complaining and yelling and screaming because, they get grounded for this and grounded for that, and I'll say, now wait a minute. Be your dad once. Be your mom. And let's say that you're your own child. What would you do in a situation like this? And you'd be surprised how honest people are. And interestingly enough, with teenagers, they will suggest a more radical punishment than even their parents had. But they will accept it more. Why? Because it came from them. It was their initiation, and they're part of the process. There's cooperation. You break down the resistance. You get people to walk a mile in your shoes, and they see reality from another perspective. And once you have understanding, then you have acceptance, and then you have change. Now, matching mood we went into quite explicitly this morning. The other I have here is tape it. You might be off the hook 1 minute. Okay. Tape it, take notes, or could you repeat that? If you're dealing with somebody who is always dumping, and you put on a tape recorder, what do you think that will do? What you have to say is so important. I just thought we would take our discussion. What's going to happen? We all are a little more guarded when we're on tape. I'm real aware of what's happening today. We're a little more selective about what we say and how we say it. The other is take notes. If somebody is just blasting at you, look, I've had it, I don't want any more of it, and you say, no, wait a minute, could you repeat that? Just want to get that down. It slows down the process. What you want to do is slow it down. Or even say, could you repeat that, James? How can you, when you're real angry and explosive and somebody says, repeat that, how many of us can do a replay? I mean, you feel like a nerd. It immediately takes the wind out of their sail. Pace, anchor, and lead. That is essentially what we were talking about in terms of connecting with them and then redirecting it, pacing it. The slower breathing, bringing their voice down. Somebody's going, look, I'd be excited too. I can understand why you're angry. It's been late. I can understand this whole place is probably being detained because of my not doing this. I can understand your anger. And now we've connected. I've affirmed her feelings. She can let go of it. People cling to that which we try to take away from them. So you want to affirm it, and then we let go of it. People escalate if you deny how they feel.